We just, Barclay's in the house.
Yeah, Barclay, I think it's Barclay. What's up, Charlie? Hey, good to be here, isn't it?
It's always the best.
We've got our orders here today. It's so nice to be here, enjoying life and just being out. What's good about here is we're outside of the normal world, and we're outside of the normal media cycle, because you see how painful the media cycle is these days. The people are really getting tormented.
The new media cycle, or I guess our form of news, should be just called Faces of Death.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Did you download the new app, Faces of Death?
Yeah, I got Faces of Death. This last one I saw, this woman got stabbed to death on a train.
Really?
Yeah, it was It was called Faces of Death.
I was watching a girl. She was talking to some type of truancy officer, and then she was like, "Oh no, my kid's inside," and she gave him an exorcism, and I think stabbed him to death.
Oh,
she was there for 2 weeks.
Really?
I was like,
So you watched it?
Yeah, I was like, the news isn't bad today.
No. So you were watching. So what you're trying to say is you were watching Faces of Death. You were watching Videodrome, which I don't know. I don't even know if I would even recommend you'd watch. You were watching, and I don't like using this word. You were watching snuff films.
Snuff films. I've been watching reactions to sentencing over school shooting and people not showing any remorse.
Yep.
Just good stuff.
Yeah, people smiling after killing babies.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I love that.
Don't
you love seeing that?
The news isn't bad.
Yeah, no,
and that just shows everything's turning around.
Yeah. Now, could you, for a second, Eric? We have to dip into things and warn people, when we have to, or sometimes when I'm dark, we'll talk about dark things. But this is usually a place of no demoralization. And can you imagine, go on a ride with me for a second,
I have
if you
to
will.
take the ride.
Imagine a world where the media, let's say the media, oh man, was he a bishop?
It was a bitch.
It was a bitch. Fulton? Or no, Sheehan? Who is the guy that was talking about Apollyon, and he had the blackboard. Back in the 50s, the church used to educate people on TV with mythology, with history and everything. Sheen? I really am.
We'll look him up.
Yeah.
So is this guy?
I'm confused.
In
now.
other words, this is an informative, good thing.
If the media, it was just the worst to bring all that stuff up and not even know his name. It's just the worst. If the media was run by, let's say, if the media was run by pre-Vatican II Roman Catholics, I think that the media would be a lot more enriching and a lot more spiritual and a lot more encouraging, strengthening relationships of tribes and families and with God.
We might consider it valuable.
We may consider it very invaluable, perhaps.
Maybe.
Absolutely invaluable. You can't even considering what we're subjected to on a daily, what I just described, you can't even put a price on it.
The funny thing about it is, you know how hard it was for you to put it into words?
Yeah.
That's how out of bounds the idea is.
Yep.
How sad is that?
Yeah, it's very sad. So everything is rigged and stacked against you. It's like we're in a big casino. So, but imagine if let's say Irish, heterosexual, you could go all the way and talk about these things in every way. Roman Catholics, pre-Vatican II. Then these guys are all heterosexual.
Yeah, heterosexual, Irish, male.
Yeah, they're Irish. They're pre-Vatican II Irish, and they're male. They're male. As in, what I mean by that is that they have male genitals.
Oh, okay, so they got balls and dicks.
They were. Yeah, they're men. They're men. And now just straight up. It's because this is a valuable thought experiment. Mm-hmm. Imagine.
If that's what my feed was like?
Yeah, imagine what this is so many words. Imagine what the news should be.
Yeah, right, and that's it. Now, when you come here, I know this seems like we're bringing up bad things, but when you come here, we're here to talk about positive things.
We have to digest certain bad things because it is our job and our role in society anyway. It's just because we're just a bunch of bankrolled, we're made men.
That's it. Well, we're paid.
We're paid. We're paid to talk about this stuff. And I just really like that you've been watching a lot of snuff on Twitter lately. It's really, really heartening. Twitter is supposed to be getting good. There's a billionaire that was cleaning up house, and
Something like richest guy in the world.
yeah, a rich guy can really, you can do a lot of good with that money.
Richest guy on earth.
Richest guy on this plane, on this realm. But it's weird because all the billionaires that I know, the only thing they do with their money is stuff like Bill Gates. They make baby farms, they bioengineer diseases.
Yeah.
They look like they're wearing boobs and a pregnant belly suit on all the time, drinking sewage. They never do anything good.
They drink shit.
Yeah, they drink shit. So
Who trusts a guy that drinks shit?
Who could? Look how good Twitter has become.
Is there a good billionaire out there? Do we know of any?
I wonder.
I guess the closest I can think of.
What?
I mean, well, in order to be a billionaire, you have to forfeit your humanity.
Probably.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the case with the royal family?
Oh yeah. I mean, the royal bloodline and royal families, their lifestyle and their technology is something that you wouldn't even want to think about.
So you're born into forfeit. You think in that situation?
That's arguable. You could say I am of the opinion that everything is scripted and people are born into roles. That's my opinion. But I guess it is possible to have someone that could generate that much money and then join a club afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
I don't mean to speak about it gaily like that, but you understand my
The reason why I bring it up is I wonder, he was just asking if you think there's a good billionaire.
Yeah.
I wonder if those guys are
I think it's an oxymoron.
It kind of is, yeah, and that's your answer. So that is the answer. But if you're born into it, if you're born into, let's say, the royal family, and they do some good work, supposedly. Like you see your feed. They chase around these princes. They're doing tons of work for third world countries and playing soccer with ethnicities.
Teaching cricket
to them.
To the abos.
Yeah, exactly. So I just didn't know. Maybe that's a good billionaire, but I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm sure I could be proven wrong, but I don't know if I can be. I think with that amount of money, in that amount of influence that money entails, it's not possible for someone to not have a chain on them and operate in this world. Because in order to make that much money, you're privy to how the world actually works.
Yeah.
And it's just...
In other words, you're in the club.
You would be... Yeah, you're in the club no matter what. And what would you be, a Superman doing thing? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I think that's a Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
Like some sort of whistleblower. No, I'm not... just... The fate of whistleblowers, you see the fate of whistleblowers. They're tortured and put in jail forever, and everyone laughs at them. You know what I mean? So it's not in the Hollywood movies. The whistleblowing is a little bit different. Yeah. It's not like
different outcome.
But I guess the only billionaire that I would find interesting would be Russell Weiner, Michael Savage's son. He is a billionaire,
Rockstar man.
Yeah, he founded Rockstar with a little bit of capital from his mother.
We gotta at least thank him for that.
Yeah,
I like Rockstar.
Yeah,
I like the taste of it's good.
Yeah, the Rockstar is pretty good. It's very. I mean, I don't want to make this conspiracy hour, but energy, this and that. But he sold the company. I did like Rockstars, but I also liked it that Savage didn't front him anything. Like, I thought that was interesting, but it doesn't matter anyway. You got money for some other, Yeah,
more or less the same type of thing. But it is kind of cool to know that Savage is obviously rich. And you'd normally say, oh, his son created Rockstar. Obviously, his dad probably gave him $100 million to start a company, and I don't think that's the case.
No, he didn't. His Michael Savage is a different kind of father. I think he's an all-star type of father. I remember some really good stories over the years listening to him about his childhood, and his experience raising children and all that stuff. Like, he has the funniest stories. He's the funniest guy alive.
Is he one of those guys? Because you're still fond of him.
Yeah.
Is he one of those guys that is raising his kids like he's not rich?
Well, he just wasn't rich while his kids were young or even older. Like, he was never really rich until kind of relatively recently.
Okay.
At least as far as I know.
Yeah.
Whatever. So no, he was trying to be a teacher way back in the day, but he said affirmative action locked him out of those sort of things. They weren't hiring. Well, whatever he means by whites. But they weren't. I guess they weren't hiring whites or are white adjacent.
All right, what do we got on this list? We got some funny things. Speaking of, we'll just get this out of the way because we were talking about royal families, but I do believe there's some royal jewels. The royal jewels were stolen from the Louvre.
Yeah, I like that story. There's a broad daylight thing. A woman was just put in charge of the museum about a year ago, and this was the first of her.
So what, she get a
of her
raise after
accolades.
this?
Yeah, she got a raise, and she probably got hugs. There was tears were probably shed. Probably maybe panicking. Maybe shrill fucking voices were heard.
I'm sure there were some shrieks over that.
It was shrieks. But that's all. I mean, it just. I just don't think things happen. Like, I just think they just do it to themselves, and this is like a cult.
I would assume you're right,
courier
because
system messaging and things. You know how I think. I think weird about this stuff.
I just don't think anything they want to keep captive like that, right?
They can't keep.
They
captive.
can't keep it captive.
No, Eric, they can't.
No.
How much money do they have? What's their limit? There is no limit. They can't.
They
keep
can't.
it safe.
Someone figured it out.
No, they can't.
There's always a heist guy.
Do you believe that?
They got to call in the heist guy.
There's always one guy that's so good. And Nick, could you bring up the guy that they put on this case? There's a special French. I just
Really?
assume that he's French. Wait till you get a load of the
He's
French.
holding a cigarette.
Wait till you get a load of him,
Oh,
Eric.
yeah?
You're gonna really love him so much. You're gonna be wishing you were sucking his dick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna love him so much. But when
Maybe
I saw
he's
that, I was laughing.
in on the whole damn thing.
He's probably the guy that did it. But I love that stuff. But I guess they did a broad daylight thing. They drove a crane up to the window, broke into the window, and they just used some fucking tools.
Some drills.
Yeah, drills, a Dremel, and
They use
DeWalt.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, whatever the UK DeWalt is.
But I just think it's so.
Milwaukee.
Are you talking about the Fedora guy or the director?
Yeah, the Fedora guy.
Okay, hold on.
This is just one of those situations that it is hard to believe. But what I like is everybody's expert take on this after
Yeah.
it, and they're like this. There's no way they're going to be able to sell those things.
Yep.
You're right. The black market doesn't bearing this is
Yeah.
real.
Bearing. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically. I mean, what, the black market doesn't exist? You have hundreds of millions, let's say 100 million, 110 million worth of France's royal jewels.
Yeah.
And you can't get rid of them. They're not going to be able to sell them.
Nah, it's as good as negative money. It's as good as, they're only as good as the weight. It's like he's carrying around lead.
They show up to a premier collector, and they say, "So I'm the guy that's he took them. I'm the guy that's got all the jewels. You want them?" He's like, "Are they hot?" That's the question. No way in fucking hell. The people that have $100 million to give you think they give a fuck if it's stolen?
Yeah.
Impossible.
People assume that black market collections, the public galleries.
Yeah, like they're ever going to show these things. These people just have $1 billion and they just want this
And
shit.
people also have no idea what want is if you have a lot of money, or what use relics or things that were owned in the royal family. People have no conception of what use those are to weird freaks.
There's no way that this Hollywood actor. Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, he's playing with his cock and his balls.
Are you joking me?
Look. Wait, look. Oh, was he making a sound?
Even that guy wants to fuck him.
Yeah, he's eyeballing him. We got the black guy here. He's looking at something in the distance that maybe doesn't exist. And we got the guy who's getting ready to retire. He's looking, I don't know, he's probably looking at someone getting raped.
This looks like it could be possible, and then they just implanted this image.
This would be a jump scare.
This is insane.
Yeah.
There's no way. That's the guy that's on the case.
When I saw the thumbnail, I actually thought he was I thought it was photoshopped in.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that he's got a leather band on.
He's got a leather band. Yeah, well, he doesn't like that stuff, like clinking and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Like, I'd rather have leather touching my skin, other than rings.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a leather ring.
But you like gold, so I mean, if it's a nice gold band, that might be something.
Yeah, I mean, that's
It might be
that's
good.
true.
Nice precious
But what does
metal.
gold do? What does gold do to your blood? And I just wonder.
Don't you kind of feel like it has to be something good, considering how precious it's been forever?
I hope it's good.
Yeah.
This guy's got some tight pants.
Yeah, his pants are tight, so his cock and his balls are always getting ridden. Or actually, no.
I'm saying
He
the
just
cops.
he has to pull him up like the old style, and when he sits down.
Yeah, so he probably has suspenders on under there and shit.
I would hope he has suspenders. He's got the clip. Is that clipped to his tie? Look at the color of his tie for starters, and look how blue that is. And is that clipped to the vest?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. And look at how fucking nice silk.
Oh, and that's
silked out.
and that's a vest or whatever right here.
Yeah,
Oh no,
something.
this one. But what about is
He's got
two coats on. He's got an overcoat on.
Yeah, more or less. I think that's like a suit jacket, and then he's got an overcoat.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with dressing like this.
The style is
Like,
nice.
there's nothing wrong
The
with
guy looks like he's going to solve the case.
Yeah, but it's just to have this as a picture and say that and have a news article that this is the guy that's on it is inherently a joke.
It has to be a joke. Now I know it's a joke.
I mean, look. Well, I mean, it's a nice cut. It's a joke. Like, this is a joke.
You couldn't set this up with that type of that positioning, with that hat tilted like that.
Look at the tilt to his hat. Yeah.
There's no way you'd have to set this up for it'd take about 25 minutes to get this shot.
He's got one eye in the shadow.
I actually can't believe they don't have a woman in the picture. That's the only thing they're missing.
Oh, there's
No, there is. She's an English woman in the back. But this guy, now let me put it this way: I don't believe that Sherlock Holmes or even Poe's was Poe's detective a French detective? He was the father of detective fiction allegedly. Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, really?
He created the genre.
No shit.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
I didn't know that.
I believe it was a French detective. I could be wrong, but let's just say Sherlock. I don't think Sherlock Holmes would have tolerated looking like this and having pictures taken of him in public like this.
Did Sherlock Holmes ever have to get dirty? Meaning, like
he's had to fight people.
He can't fight in that. He's going to destroy a $5,000 suit.
Well, when he fought, he took his coat off and he rolled up his sleeves and he prepared for the fight.
Okay.
But still, if you don't get time to prepare, you're like this. You go to punch someone, you're ripping your coat. You're getting stopped by your clothes.
I don't know how durable silk is, but that looks fucking nice.
It does look nice, but to move in it, you'd be like moving like I hope you can move like Batman.
Maybe he's got a different philosophy. Like, if you're going to solve the case, you need to get up and you need to look the part. You know how you got to prepare for the day. Maybe that's what he's doing, because that's the only way he's going to get success out of this.
If it is the only way. I don't mind that thinking. Anything a man can think to empower and to make himself better and more effective, I think is good no matter what not no matter what it is, but you know what I'm saying.
If he's been put on the case, he's obviously the best in the world.
He has to be the best in the world. But just to pose like this for a picture, doing the eye thing, doing this, sucking on a tiny cock,
yeah,
doing this with the umbrella, like this. A man would be naturally embarrassed by doing this.
The umbrella's the kicker.
Like, this is
that.
I mean, he can do what he wants, but I'm just speaking.
Gripping mahogany fucking handles. Why isn't he checking a timepiece?
Yeah, why isn't he like fingering his dick right now?
He will be. He's getting chubbed up.
Yeah, he's got his fingers up his dick right now, opening him up.
He's like, you have to do this to solve.
It's you don't see how much of a joke it is, but the whole thing is a joke. Someone breaks into this museum and they get the crown jewels, and then the news articles, and then there's a woman in charge. Yeah. But then you get the aftermath of it, where it was the crown of France that was found broken in the gutter somewhere. Oh wait, see, when someone hits me up,
shit if it's broken.
I remember the last time I stole from a museum and I broke into it, and the guy specifically told me, after you get some of this merchandise, I want you to take a portion of it and break it and throw it on the ground and then leave.
Because maybe it was already broken, and if it is broken, Charles, it's not worth shit.
He's like, I'll never be able to sell this.
That's what I mean. Nobody wants this.
I mean, it's straight up. It's a royal heirloom, and now it's broken. No one's ever gonna want this.
You can't wear a broken crown.
Fuck!
The guy who buys it wants to wear it. He's like, I can't wear this.
Who's gonna want to buy this fuck? So the whole thing is a joke. But I don't. What is this? Some sort of biblical messaging? What are they doing? Broken France crown? What is this from Revelation? What is this?
Is there any conspiracy things that you come across with? Is there anything written on the back of a fucking crown that was broken and thrown in the gutter? But is there anything written there that tells a different story? Nothing. I'm just curious. Like, is there any other motive? Really. Nothing. There's no other conspiracy.
No.
So it's just worth a shitload of money, just like a painting. Like when they stole the Mona Lisa, and the guy was like, I stole it because it's done by a guy from Italy, and it's sitting in a French museum, and I'm not fucking dealing with that.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, Eric. I'll just say it straight up. If I were to think about this for real, the only motive there could possibly be, and I'm not kidding you, the only motive there is of the stealing of any famous pieces or relics is for occult purposes. That's the only motive.
Okay.
There's no, because no one's selling. I mean, the guy with the vault that would be buying it would be doing it for some sort of occult ritual. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
it
saying.
can't just be like everything else.
Yeah.
There has to be
That's
a
the only
higher
motive.
purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
People with that amount of money are that crazy. The occult is the only motive for these people.
So that's the deal with that, I guess.
So in other words, I'll boil it down. If it were me, and I would get these guys, or the guys that stole them, I say, I want that crown. I was like, I'm gonna be in the bushes after you guys get that crown, okay? And you throw it to me, and then you run. He throws it to me. I fucking recite some fucking passages from some book, and I beat off all over the crown.
Yeah.
And then I fucking symbolically break it, and then ritually break it on the ground, and I beat off again all over it.
surrounded by candles.
Yep. And then a guy fucks me in the ass.
Yep. Because that, well, yes.
The candles are lit. A guy starts fucking me up the ass.
Yep.
And then he turns around. I start fucking him up the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I take some herbs that makes my dick work again.
Yep. And then you eat.
We both,
Shit?
yeah, we both all eat the semen from everywhere, and the shit, and we both revel in it for a bit, and we conclude the ritual, and we summon whatever the hell we're trying to do.
You end in the prayer.
Yeah,
the
we end
magical prayer.
in the prayer. We shake hands and all that shit, and we clean ourselves up. We take showers, and then we leave it in the gutter, and then we leave.
It has to be. And that would be if it was you.
If it were me, that's
Yes.
what I would have done.
Okay. So that's
The look on this this other cop's face, like looking at him,
He looks
is
good.
insane. Like this guy's look.
well, I don't think he appreciates his attire.
I think I can guess the word in his head right now as he's looking at
Hell
this
yeah.
man.
And it's not fuck you.
It starts with an F, I bet. We could do some divination right now if you want to try it.
Because he looks like he's saying
He could be saying frog, but he's a Frenchman himself.
Yeah, so it's not
maybe.
that. Yeah. He says, look at this fucking
There's a word. Maybe carabiner. Maybe he wants to call him a beaner.
look at this fucking beaner.
Yeah, but I just love this. When I saw it, I
If you
almost
would
had to
if
look
you
away.
stole this shit, my point is, if you stole this shit, wouldn't it be because the buyer said if you steal this, I'll give you this
I'll
for
buy
it?
it. I'll buy it for a lot for your
Like
trouble.
nobody goes in there, does the whole operation, takes the stuff, and then they sit in a hotel and say, "Now what are we gonna do?"
What are we going to do with it? No one's going to buy this. What the fuck? Your sack, there's a hole in it. Oh, fuck the crown bag.
Quick, go back to the alley.
There's so
pull up,
many
they're
cops
it's
here.
broken.
There's already load all over it.
Charles,
It's broken.
It's broken. Charles was there. Charles, I think, was here. It's
Yeah.
all melted wax everywhere.
It's absurd. It's all Hollywood, just like all the news. But back to our original point, where we do our best to cleanse people of all these ghouls that they get taken into. Remember, Stay Tuned. People used to get possessed by looking at TV.
It's like poltergeist.
Yeah. There's a lot of truth in that. There's the ultimate truth in that. Who's going to believe that? But we clean it out.
Yeah.
You know, we should make a show. We should make a news show.
We should take the news and then morph it into something good.
I know what my news show would be.
What?
Probably be a streets lined with crosses. there'd be ponds that are you couldn't even tell there was water in it because there's so many millstones in it.
Actually, speaking of, not really speaking of it, but I'm thinking graves in my head for a second.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you have on, there's like bells.
Yeah, I love
Let's talk
bells.
bells.
I love bells for a number of years, ever since the Stolen History days when we were delving into this stuff way back in the day,
Yeah.
10 years ago or whenever the hell.
What's probably the most famous bell? The Liberty Bell.
The Liberty Bell, Philadelphia, the nation's former capital.
Yes.
The nation's former capital, and it got sacked and annihilated at some point to erase its history.
Then it became something like District of Columbia.
The District of Columbia in Maryland. And Maryland became
Or
the...
it's probably its own damn thing.
It's its own nation state. Yeah, it just resides in the geography of Maryland, but just as London is its own nation state and the Vatican is its own nation state, it's a, I guess... I mean, I look at it like Carthage, honestly, but I'm not looking for textbook definitions of this sort of stuff. But it operates on its own.
And I think that happened quick. Meaning that we became a country in, 1796, whatever. What?
1666 or whenever it happened.
Whatever the fuck it was.
1492.
Well,
But this is the best, though.
oh my, okay. So,
This is the best because we got a Liberty Bell here on the right, on the bottom right. This is a little dinky cocksucking thing that's 5 feet tall. People are taking pictures of it and they get it on display. While over here, which of course are already now, for starters, these pictures are already doctored, as you can see.
they have to be, of course.
No, it was the exposure that was turned it this way. They're already doctored in that the sky is completely vanilla sky.
Yes.
It's completely blocked out, and you can just see it. But these bells, let's just assume that here's the original Liberty Bell and the fake or real construction of it. This is all doctored. But let's just assume for our conversation that the original bell was actually that big.
It would be 20, let's say 22 feet tall.
Yeah, and that's a wonder right there. And that is not that might be the biggest one, but I've seen graves. I've seen a bell grave, and they are massive graves when they debelled the whole realm after the Civil War or something like that, or
Okay.
whatever they call the Civil War or the War of 1812 or whatever, or the Revolutionary, could even be the Revolutionary
the
War.
fall of
The previous
Tartary.
civilization, yeah. It could be the Revolutionary War or all those mixed in, which is the most likely explanation. And
1776. Jesus, I don't know why the hell I wasn't thinking of
I'm
it.
glad you didn't remember.
Yeah, 1776. I just want to say that 1776, and then I think George Washington became president in 1789.
Okay.
And then just thereafter, by the time John Adams rolls around, DC's around. So think about it.
Yep.
What is that? 5 years.
Yeah.
In 25 years,
That's fast.
it turns into District of Columbia.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway,
What's Columbia all about? Was this Columbus? Must have been Columbus. But this bell, and there's the bell graves were huge fields with all the decommissioned bells. And to my knowledge, the Allies in World War II melted these stores of bell. Now, look, I am making this up mixed with memory.
You're probably not, because you know how they took away the penny in 43?
Okay.
So the penny's copper or bronze.
They needed the
They
bronze.
needed that, so they made steel pennies in 43. So they obviously had to take all the bells.
Yeah, so they would melt. They melted the bells to make the shells to bomb the civilian cities.
Yep. That's it.
Maybe they used them in Dresden.
No more ringing of the bells.
No more ringing. And there's a lot of people that say vibration is the key to everything, and water. Some people say that the sound of water is healing, like the ocean and a well. Water tables or bodies of water are healing. Maybe it's negative ions. Maybe it's the sound. I have no idea.
But maybe the bells are healing.
Bells are healing. Yeah, the bells.
So the bells are healing. Do you think they're in that right? What's the term I'm looking for?
The healing frequency,
Yeah.
whatever, according to the Schumann resonance. You're thinking of 432, the A tuning, what it used to be.
So
back in the day.
the old A tuning, those bells might have been in it too.
They could have been in that, and cathedrals. First of all, it's like the word is kind of close to a cathode in a little bit. Catheter. Catheter. I don't know what it meant, but you break them down by syllables, and you can at least use free association to make connections, even if they're, true detective connections, because they're always true anyway.
Right.
So it's the healing frequencies, and even cathedrals and churches and these places themselves they were receivers or transmitters or batteries or power generators, whatever the dielectric constructions. I don't know. I don't have room in my brain for the stuff anymore. No. But it makes a whole lot of sense to me, because everything beautiful and good has been systematically destroyed in your lifetime. You've seen it with your own eyes.
And for what other better reason than war?
What other reason is there?
So not
but
only
war?
you take away something beautiful and good like a bell, now you're going to use it for your weaponry.
It's an occult sort of blasphemy, I guess. I don't know what to call it. But I love this stuff, and even if these pictures are doctored, the truth is still the same. Our birthright's been robbed from us, yada, 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 yada.
Yep.
But isn't that the bells? What did they do? How magnificent.
I know.
Bell's another name for Baal, which means Lord. You associate Baal with a lot of sacrifice and a lot of bad stuff. Right. But Bel is also a name for Baal, and Baal's original name for Lord, or a Sumerian name. I don't know. I don't know what it means.
And balls make human beings.
They could. for all you know, this could be an anti-life frequency where, like Jadis, the White Witch from Narnia, from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the magician's nephew when she was first resurrected or brought back to life by. Anyway, she had come from Charn. I don't know if you recall her mythology. She had come from Charn and annihilated the entire civilization by uttering the deplorable word which ended the civilization, which everyone knows but they don't say. She's from a race of giants.
I'm confused. Do we know what the word is?
It's a bell thing. No, you never know. You don't know what it is, but it could be a bell technology from sound that destroyed her civilization, that she destroyed it herself, which she is a magnificent
villain.
A magnificent villain in fantasy and fiction that people don't really enjoy really enough, because they go to Lord of the Rings, which I know it's splendid and I know it's great. I just don't like it. I know it's real and I know it's straight up splendid. I just don't like it. I like the Narnia Chronicles, and that's not even an apt comparison.
It's you want to talk about not an apt comparison? Wizard of Oz, I've always hated with a passion.
Hate Wizard of Oz. Even as a kid, did it make you sick?
Even as a kid, it made me sick.
Made you sick as a kid.
I even
you know
thought
what that
about
means.
it because yesterday I was coming back. I was getting off a plane, and for some weird reason, Cowardly Lion got in my head, and I was just thinking about
the actors, though.
that guy, and immediately what I was thinking of is the scene of him acting tough and then getting slapped and then crying his eyes out, and how much it bothered me when I was a kid.
To see a grown man do that?
Yeah, I was like,
no, yeah.
It's just a
It
weird
was
movie.
Not good. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that scene. To see stuff like that as a kid is very
bawling
disturbing.
his eyes out after, and I remember, when I watched this originally, God, what was it, 4 or 5?
You probably watched it in the 80s.
Yeah, I was like, that bothered me.
Yeah, deeply disturbing. It's like watching Brave Little Toaster.
Not to mention flying around monkeys and all the craziness. It was like a torturous movie. It was a bad movie.
Disgusting. Everything about it was, I guess the only thing good about the acting, of course, is another level, and the filmmaking, of course, but the Technicolor is the star of that movie. 38 was the biggest, was maybe the 38 was the year for Hollywood.
Everything changes right there. There's Gone with the Wind, there's Wizard of Oz, there's so many right there. It's 38, 39.
Yeah. It was the old movies are so good. I hate Wizard of Oz. A reason why, it's not good to show children scenes like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not good. But Wizard of Oz is very well known for being used in mind control and occult wizardry, I guess you could call it. It's very, very well known, allegedly and conspiratorially, very well known. So the subject matter itself is inherently disturbing. Just like Alice in Wonderland. Did you like that?
No.
Let me guess. No?
No, it's the worst.
Yeah, that too. The things that are so heavily used in occult things over the years, I would guess that it means their work is rooted in the occult, so it's like an illumination of some sort of ritual. Alice in Wonderland.
Why did they switch the name? Because it was like something like Alice in a Looking Glass.
Oh, the Looking Glass was maybe the first book or the second book.
Oh, okay.
There's a few. It's a series.
Yeah.
As far as I know, but there was a reason those two things are inherently disturbing, because they perhaps are inherently evil.
I think they are. Obviously, just
I think you're right, Eric.
Here's the difference. Even though there's disturbing parts to it, you could have that, or you could have Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And even though there's disturbing things, we loved that movie.
Yeah, we loved it, and it was there was disturbing stuff, but mainly like scary.
It was.
You never saw Pee-wee getting slapped around and crying.
No. It was if he was ever crying. I don't even know if he was. I don't think he ever did cry. He just was flipping out.
Only like maniacal tears of rage.
Yeah, because nobody was helping him find his bike.
Yeah,
pretty funny. It just kept on knitting and knitting.
It's a conspiracy. That's a funny one. A Basement to the Alamo. That's like a conspiracy drop, like Mud Flood or some sort of conspiracy thing.
I'm sure it was something they knew when they were writing it.
I guarantee it. Phil Hartman. He probably knew.
He's probably, and then look what his outcome is. Anyway, speaking of. The Day of the Dead is on its way.
Isn't this awesome?
Don't you love Halloween?
Yeah,
you go crazy with this stuff.
You see, it's weird, Eric, because you don't usually come across people like me and you that both despise Alice in Wonderland, The Wizard of Oz, and Halloween.
That's it.
I hate Halloween.
I don't like it. I've never liked it. I've actually, even when I was a kid, I was slightly embarrassed to be part of it.
Yeah, because it's menagerie or masquerade, so it's like mask thing. Again, it's some sort of queer eyes wide thing, and I don't mean to pollute our discussion by mentioning these things, these callbacks, but I feel obligated to.
Well, I mean, I don't know the history of it, and I don't know if you do, but I mean, we're just talking about it anyway. But are we the only country that really goes crazy over it?
Oh, I think, isn't it? It's a Day of the Dead Mexican celebration.
It's kind of funny too, because obviously I know some Latinos, but they don't like it and they don't celebrate it.
Good.
They were saying they're like, because they're like religious, and they're like, oh, I mean, it's kind of like celebrating.
They're not Mexican though. It is big in Mexico.
No, I know that.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
saying.
Grim Fandango. Whatever the Day of the Dead, I can't be bothered to speak that.
I know. To me, it just seems like everybody walking around dressed up as freaks, celebrating.
Well, not freaks. That people are walking around as dead things. They're walking around as spirits, walking around with an occulted or hidden aim to be possessed by the spirits is what the intention is.
It kind of is, because
like Mardi Gras.
That's like the to someone that's obsessed with Halloween, what they're fantasizing over is that being possessed.
Yeah.
And that's the weirdest thing to me. Who wants that?
It's very rough, because there are cultures. Mexico. I mean, you could say that the sorcery is baked into their culture over the years. You could say that about the Congolese. You could say that about other tribes in that area. You could say that. I mean, maybe you could say it about the South Koreans. But anyway, there are some cultures that are so heavily affected by sacrifice and by ritual and by black magic and by the celebration of death and of perhaps resurrection. Now, you could say the celebration of death and of resurrection is very Christian also.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
Maybe that's what
more
it's all
than
about.
say it. Yeah, that's what it's all about. So there's a lot could be a little bit to be said about that. But what I mean is that there's some cultures that are so heavily influenced by witchcraft that is beyond your comprehension.
I just didn't know. So that's what so you think it all originates from Mexico?
I'm just guessing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I associate that with Day of the Dead and with skeletons and with Grim Fandango.
And it has nothing to do with Salem witch trials or anything, or has that just been incorporated with to have fun?
That's just incorporated in their devil worship.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Because I would guess, this is just my guess, and I'm not an educated man, and I'm not a well-read man. I mean, I am moderately, but technically, I'm not educated or well-read. I'm just being honest with you. Technically speaking, when you compare the education to the past, or if something like, let me put it this way, you're technically not, I'm not trying to sit here and denigrate my education. What I'm saying is, you're technically not educated unless you've read the Bible from cover to back.
I thought you have.
No, I've read quite a bit of it, and I've done a lot of studying, but I haven't done the full back. I haven't read all the books in it. So technically, you're not educated. I don't know where I was going with that, but the Mexican thing, and I'm not even here. This is our society in Babylon and in Carthage. People participated in their society, and we participate in this. In this Halloween stuff, and there are many devout Christians that will participate in our society. You know what I mean? I'm not going to criticize those people, but in my opinion, it's just very. It's not very. I'm not here to say it's not very Christian of you. I'm never here to say that of people, and I'm not saying it, but it's very satanic.
Well, it's satanic, and the thing is no one thinks about it that way, and that's why you don't give them shit.
Yes, because they have no idea.
What's Halloween about?
Candy.
Candy. Let's ask my wife. She's like, well, kids dress up and they go get candy. It's awesome. That's it. That's what everybody's doing. But what's behind it, and how long has this holiday been celebrated? I don't know.
I'm driving down the street. And this is the first time I've ever seen this, because we're around Catholic churches our whole life, and no Catholic church would do this. It would never be a Catholic church. But for the first time in my life, I was driving through in the surrounding area, and I look in front of a church. There's a scarecrow effigy of Jesus Christ on the lawn of the church, and I was like, what? What insane blasphemy am I witnessing with my eyes?
That's insane.
I have never seen a blasphemy like that in person in my life.
You think it's a desperate cry to get more?
It's just a church. It's an organization that calls itself a church
trying
that
to get
is
more
participating in Halloween.
Same difference with saying that LGBTQ.
It's an organization that calls itself a church, but is not even remotely closed. It's got a rainbow flag on it.
Yeah, and it's
That's
saying
a
like
church.
all like you're welcome and all that stuff, but it seems.
Oh, we're welcome. Why every time I knock on the church, the door's locked?
Yeah.
So all welcome here.
How about us in
Why don't
Ireland?
you open the doors and let's see what
We
happens?
go to Ireland, we can't even get in there. The guy's like this, it's going to be open in 15 minutes. We're like, really? He's like, it's 15 minutes, you can come in. We come back a half hour later. The girl comes out and tells a crowd of 25 people that she's like,
Yep.
no.
It's a fat female native of the island.
You can come back tomorrow if you want. We can't even go
We're
in there.
we're Americans. We're from across the across the ocean. We're there to see that. We're leaving the next day. We get thrown out. The church is the least receptive place I've ever been to. I mean, this is a woman gatekeeper. She's not a part of the church.
Either way, you should be able to always go into a church.
Always go into a church. I remember walking the streets of Atlanta in some dark days. I'm like, man, I could really use Jesus right now. I mean,
And it's nice, right? Going in there.
it's not. I mean, it would have been nice. The door was locked.
Oh, it was locked there too?
The door was locked. I was like, and now look, in our culture, in our generation, men aren't normally saying that.
No, I know.
Like, in order to be saying that, you got to be really trying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort to be saying, I'm like, there's other stuff I could do. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I know what I need.
Yeah, I know what I need.
You're like this.
The door was locked. Yeah.
Speaking of balls, in my opinion, you wear these glasses.
The
in a
color of those
casino,
shades is
you
ballsy.
You gotta be so ballsy.
I love it. And I have a healthy, as do you have a healthy hatred for gambling because of how deep of a disease it really is.
I think it might be the most destructive one there is.
And I'm sure you're right.
Doesn't it? I mean, drugs are terrible, obviously, but there is people that you've seen in person in there blowing their life apart within an hour.
I've never seen a man collateral out his mortgage for drugs. Have you?
Exactly.
Or have you seen a man do that for booze?
Well, have you ever gone to a place
Or
where
prostitution?
Have you ever gone to a place where you walk in and 1,000 people are doing it at the same time?
No. Have you ever walked into I've never. Have you ever walked into a place where it has its own bank to do exactly what we're describing?
No. I mean, I've been in a casino.
This is once more proof that we do not live in a society and we do not live in a civilization, because in a normal civilization, a casino, bulldozers would bulldoze the whole thing down to rubble.
It would be like it would be like a superpower wrecking people's lives.
Yep.
You don't think everyone would just say, "No, this is it wrecked Johnny's whole marriage." and
Oh,
his
it's
family."
because he's a loser. It's because Johnny's a loser.
Because he's got no self-control.
He's a mess. That guy, he's a mess.
The guy's a fucking
He's
loser.
like, he couldn't hack it. He's a mess.
Oh, it ain't happening to us. The guy must be an idiot.
Guy's a piece of trash. All the consequences of the casino and of the spiritual lack of discipline and everything. It's really bad. It's very horrible to see. The family, everything to destruction. Fuck them, losers.
It just shows there's something embedded in us. Well, some people. In other words, there's a flaw to some people where they can wreck everything, and it's almost out of their control. They're addicted to gambling.
Speaking of which, Eric, and you're right, there are things that people have in their DNA. Speaking of which, you know what? No bulldozers.
Yeah.
New bulldozers. You know all the Native Americans?
Yeah.
You know their DNA, their firewater DNA. When they drink booze, it hits them and it causes a dependency and extra damage, just like the gambling thing that you're suggesting. I'm serious.
That's it then.
They have a genetic
flaw.
Genetic disposition to booze, or I don't know the language. I'm too stupid. But they have it to where booze straight up does them in. It like gambling.
It'll wreck their life.
It wrecks their life. So I think all of the people that run the casinos, they should be force-fed alcohol while they're working. And at home.
And a lot of these casinos are tax-free by them.
Tax-free, yeah. All the tribes should be force-fed alcohol during operating hours of the casino.
I think Trump had an issue with them for getting all their tax-free stuff.
Yeah. Why would it be tax-free? Now, I'm not here to argue for taxes.
No, I know, but
because it would only be passed on to the consumer.
Exactly, right. Someone's paying it anyway. So what the heck's going on here, Charles? This is like a This is an interesting thing.
Yeah, a guy. I believe this is part of some sort of a professional ball, a sports conspiracy. I think there was some professional sports ballers. I forget what sport. Maybe it was highlight. I don't know what game they played. Basketball, NFL. I forget what it was. But there was some sort of a gambling ring where they were caught cheating. And what we're seeing right here is some X-ray machines or something built under the table. Or something. There's some machine in the X-ray glasses, but there was some light or some aid under the table, and there were some hidden cameras in the card trays. There was lots of other things that you the last time you saw it was Ocean's 11 in the 60s.
Yeah, I wonder how much money was taken.
I think it was probably like 25 grand. I think they got took for.
No, it was like $6 grand.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Unbelievable, though.
I don't know what it was, and I could be wrong, and I don't think I'm wrong in the details. But there are some more interesting details. There's some sports ballers.
I guess the point is you have to assume how often something like this is happening.
How often is this happening?
It has to be. All these casinos probably. I mean, there has to be technology out there that does this straight up without the extra aid.
Eric, there is technology that does this straight up. There is technology without computer technology as you know it. There is technology without fixing, like buttons, roulette wheel. There is technology without that which you know of. There is spiritual and demonic technology that gambling and the card deck itself, it's based on the tarot cards. It's divination right out of the gate.
So no matter what, it's already a rigged system.
It's a rigged system already, even without the casinos meddling. Think about that for a second.
Yeah. So once again, even a casino is a satanic.
It's a satanic
straight up
organization. It 100% is. And I mean, gambling movies are some of the best movies. Rounders is one of the great. Croupier is one of the greatest movies in history that you have yet to see. Clive Owen is fantastic. The movie is great. Heist movies are fantastic, and you couple that with casinos, it's very, very awesome. And
entertaining as hell.
They're the most entertaining. We enjoy poker. We liked Rounders, so we enjoyed some of the poker lifestyle. I don't like gambling. We never did it. But
never destroyed my life. But
when I go to a casino, I pay hourly to have fun.
That's what it is.
in like a higher stakes situation. Because when you lose money, it's just stakes and it's just exciting in a way.
You're paying for the entertainment of being there.
And I see really it. I never go there to make money. I never go there. But you see it. We have fun. So I kind of like it. But if I was, if we were in charge, life would. There's no argument for having them open because the damage. They would just say it brings in revenue for the state. That's all they would say.
And you're right. And there's a reason why a casino would ever go up, and it's just that.
Yeah.
The state says, yeah, we could use it because how much money is it going to generate?
Well, we don't live in a real society, and we don't live in a civilization because centers of the destruction are allowed to operate with impunity. We don't live in a society.
So that is an interesting game, and I don't want to be part of it.
No. I mean, if we could cheat, look, Johnny Carmack from Doom and Quake, the engine programmer for id Software, he has a very special brain, as
Obviously,
you can imagine.
He's got to be elite brain.
He has a very I mean, he did. You could say a lot about him. He's no one's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's still a sort of a part of the machine.
What does he play? He gambles?
He went to a casino and did the blackjack and counted cards and got banned from casinos for life because I guess he's so smart. He can just see the arrays in his head. He can do the odds, and he can like place things in memory in his head, and it's not disturbed by conversation with people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's got a powerful brain.
Yeah, he's probably not engaging
He's a fucking
in
computer.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's like a walking computer.
Yeah.
And obviously, if there's a shoe of cards, he probably has a photographic memory as far as calculating.
Yeah.
But either way, I just think poker is still interesting, and
it's fun. It's fun to sit there and play.
I never have a problem with someone that can count cards and beat the system.
Why wouldn't?
There's nothing wrong with that. If you're smart,
That's a victimless crime.
It is, and I mean technically, I think you can do it. You're just going to get banned.
Yeah,
no, you're not welcome here anymore.
Why not? You blow yourself up.
Yeah, because you look like this guy.
Yeah, why? I look too good? You want to suck my dick?
Yeah, the guy that's counting cards at the table would probably look like him.
If you walked in a casino looking like that, you'd immediately get banned.
They would know you're going to take them.
But isn't that crazy with the cards? Doesn't that scare you how a deck of cards is a divination?
Yeah.
Doesn't that scare you?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's scary.
And I always obviously I always want to go back to the history of it, meaning like when did that come about? I know they have decks of cards that go up that are like 1860s, maybe 1870s and stuff.
Do you know who started off selling tarot cards in the 1800s? Nintendo.
What? No way. I thought Nintendo was a brand new operation in what, 80?
No. They've been around for 200 years selling tarot cards. Can you believe that?
That's unbelievable.
It makes sense that they would go into video games.
It does.
Because video games are, they're, I mean, I don't want to sit here and call games a satanic technology, but just circuit boards, this and that, it's just unnatural.
The influence with them?
The influence of video games, yes. Video games, you could say now that video games perhaps are on par with casinos in their level and rap music and levels of net negative. And people have felt the burn. People have felt the burn from gambling communities inside of games like Counter-Strike and skins for knives and games that I've seen. People I know that a good horse. He had some skins. He did some skin game, Skin King back in the day.
Yeah, Skin Lord.
And there are some skins that you get from boxes or loot crates or something when you play. They generate out of some gambling ecosystem. But there are some skins, and what I mean is like a player model.
Yeah,
like a skin.
It's like it's what you're wearing, obviously.
What you're wearing, yeah. The texture set. The texture that wraps around the gun model.
Yeah.
And some of them go for $300K, $400K, like $1 million, who knows? But what just happened recently is Valve, who has been allowing that ecosystem to go on, and it's because it's just changed Counter-Strike into something bigger than just a game. Like it's like disturbing to me. But they did it in such a way where I don't know what they did. To where the values of skins don't affect like the prices of rare or gold drops. I can't actually explain it to you, but it devalued everyone's skins, and people have been killing themselves. So it's really it's a pretty sad thing. It's like crypto stuff that happened. Like when something does a real dip or there's a big rug pull, some people kill themselves.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really like I'm like this. Whoa, man. I don't like to think about things young people killing themselves. Like it's like fucking hair raising.
But it's such a hiccup in programming somehow, some way.
Like they could have at least let everyone know.
It's like
they should have given everyone the heads up. Look, don't kill yourselves. But in a month, we're changing things. So
it's like 100 people investing into a PSA 9 best card, and then one guy holding on to 20 10s and dropping in the market. Then everyone else everything they invested is cooked.
That's probably something to that effect. Which is like the people. I mean, there's nothing dirty about collecting cards. I mean, I don't think there's anything dirty about collecting skins that are worth money. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot more gambling in that. Most people, and I understand it, they're a bunch of losers gambling with NFTs. Like I understand the logic, and you could say they're right. I don't know. But I don't know if there's anything inherently dirty about having something that has a money value in a game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's dirty. It's destructive to allow it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's dirty.
To me, it's still like treasure hunting, though. Like, if you come across it and you get it, it's like, you'd think that's just a win.
Maybe that's part of the gambler's disease, though.
Could be.
But it was a sad story because everyone's been laughing like NFTs, you guys are all bums. But I'm like, oh my god, like hearing stuff like that, it's like
yeah.
Because just like you said, it could be millions, tens of millions, like who knows? Just like zero overnight, like that's a hard one to handle.
Yeah, just devaluing. I mean, basically, you're sitting on something. You're probably thinking it's gonna like accrue value. It gets wiped out.
All of your plans and all like everything you could have done.
Yeah, because then you're thinking in the past, like usually, and then you start thinking about other things. It's not good.
There's only one thing you think about after that.
It's not good.
It's not good.
What do you think? There's some funny clips that are on here. What about the judge?
I'm gonna go get raped in the bathroom. Real
Okay.
quick. Yeah. What about the judge? Yeah. Let me just use I don't use the men's room. I use the little boys' room. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah, go use it.
I'm gonna go
destroy it.
Yeah, I'm pissing. I destroy the place. I destroy it with piss.
Charles, did you destroy it?
Yeah, I destroyed it. It was like an AI video in there.
Oh yeah, so you can't even tell if it was real. How much piss you were?
I took the tiles off the floor and the walls.
Yeah, pressure washed.
Excuse me.
So you gave the all right. So pressure washed with urine.
Yeah, Milwaukee. Good.
There's a heist that happened in the bathroom.
I stole all the dignity out of that room.
I stole the porcelain, the precious porcelain. Charles, what's going on when kids are afraid to go to school in Ireland?
See, this was really disturbing me, Eric, in the news. I read that kids were afraid to go to school.
Is it because the Irish are just inherently bad? Like they're just
The Irish are drunks. They're violent. Irish sunglasses.
Because they don't even need a reason.
They don't even need a reason to drink. Also, they're so fucking stupid. They just died of no food.
Oh,
They're living on potatoes. You know, they grow potatoes.
Yeah. It's all they know.
The ocean. I don't know what happened to the ocean, but they all just died by the millions. Stupid assholes, right?
What idiots.
Yeah, that's the mythology with Irish. I appreciate the mythology. But there's coming out of Ireland now. Now Ireland is such where even children are going to school because the Irish are so drunk. They're so addled. They're so beating their wives. They're so drunk. They're so belligerent.
Yeah.
They're singing, singing,
Yep.
puke everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like they never go to sleep. They just keep drinking for no reason.
Whiskey dick.
They act out.
You get sunglasses from the Irish. And that's so the kids are afraid to go to school because the Irish are rioting. They're rioting. They're so drunk. They're so stupid.
It's like a bad riot there. But
millions of them could die by a famine. Millions of them could get put into chains as slaves. Stupid assholes.
So they want to torture kids on their way to school.
Yeah, people are rioting because they're just rioting to make kids afraid.
So,
Can you believe that?
Me personally, I feel like there's got to be a reason why someone would do that.
Yeah,
and it can't just be the fact that bars close and then there's nothing else to do but torture kids.
That was part of it. There's a curfew on the bars as of late because the indigenous natives were drinking too much.
The old Irish.
Making too much fucking noise.
Old Irish gang.
And also they're doing a bit of molesting. So they put a curfew on the Irish and they started drinking even more so after that. And they started staying up even more late. And
it turned to early.
Yeah, it turned to early and the sun came up. And it turns out there was some sort of a migrant. Irish is very rich in migrants. They have a generous heart. Generous heart. And they let a lot of non-indigenous, non-Irish people.
Almost the way a church should be, like all are welcome.
Yeah, one big fucking church. A church that brings in, an organization that brings one people into a completely other culture and another people is not a church.
No, it's not a church, and there might be a reason why they're acting out.
There may be a reason.
Maybe their lives are being tortured, so.
I looked into it. It wasn't that.
No?
No. I looked into it. There was a migrant camp in some area, and one of the workers there, one of the guys there, or one of the migrants, I don't know what it is. But in the facility, there was, I believe there was a sexy woman that was too sexy that the guy couldn't keep his hands off of her.
Oh.
And she couldn't keep his hands off of him, is what I've also heard.
Oh.
So a migrant or a worker at the facility was molested. So this guy was molested by a 10-year-old. Can you believe that?
A powerful 10-year-old.
Yeah, this migrant or a worker at a migrant facility was molested by a 10-year-old woman, which a woman in her early teens, 10. A woman in her early 10s. She's 10.
Double digits.
Yeah, at least she's double digits. But so the Irish people, they were so jealous that this guy was getting laid.
Well, yeah, molested though.
Because as far as I know, this molester, this woman,
this little
was
girl.
an Irish native.
Oh.
I believe she was one of the corrupting factors that the migrants have to deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, and after
10-year-old girls. I mean, if
they better look out. If even the 10-year-olds are molesting them, they better look out for the Irish.
Yeah.
Now, I know the Irish were wild, but not that wild.
And so that's brought about a bunch of feeling, obviously. So
It's
then
a bunch of jealousy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Irish guys are tired of whiskey dick, and they're tired of not being able to satisfy women, which, first of all, is not a prerequisite to anything at all in life. I'm going to go far, but I'm not going to go that far. No, I'm saying that is a luxury right there.
But they're tired of it nonetheless.
They're tired of not having that luxury from the natives.
Yes.
So in a fit of an insane jealousy, they started rioting, and they've thrown fire, attacking the police, and also women and children getting pepper sprayed and tear gas. That's interesting too. The Irish natives.
They're throwing everything they can at this because of obviously a bunch of ill feelings, but they're acting a fool.
Yeah, they're acting a fool, and they're too drunk. Irish sunglasses, Irish beer goggles, and maybe they burnt the place down. I don't know, but they were the cops were there, tear gas, and the drunk natives. But that's pretty much the situation. And now, because of that jealousy, because of the sex that that goes on in the migrant hotels, the straight sex that goes on there, they started fucking the children because of the racket. The children are now afraid to go to school.
They're afraid to go to school, and my question to you is, because I don't know the story, but is there sympathy for the migrant that was molested, at least?
Yeah, I think the feeling around the camp is that he was kind of led on. I actually am not. No. The feeling on the streets. Because there were a bunch of women with handbags on stage. They were celebrating some opening the gates and some sort of migrant quota or something. They were celebrating on the same night it was happening. Yeah, interesting. But they were doing that. So the word on the streets, and after that they put out the word that people should really fight hatred and all that because of the stink at the migrant camp that the natives were making. So the word in the streets is that the Irish they're just bums, like like we've been describing.
So Ireland is a tomb, huh?
Look. Okay. Here's the thing, Eric. Here's the words that people. I mean, look. There's a lot of people talking about this stuff for many years. If Ireland is a tomb, then the United States is a tomb. If Ireland is a tomb, then England is a tomb, and all of Europe is a tomb, and the whole world is a tomb. Essentially, so if Ireland is a tomb, that means the whole world is a tomb. So I don't
want to say that.
I don't want to say it because I know it's very the problem that faces most people in the world with a massive influx of foreigners, and they're being mobilized militarily against the populace in future fucking skirmishes and such, whatever you want to call it. It's very easy to get rid of people that shouldn't be there at this time, or if ever,
or maybe causing problems.
Yeah, people that cause problems back in the day, those problems used to get solved
quick.
Problems are made. There's no such thing as a problem without a solution. There's no such thing. So there is a solution to it, and I know every solution is easy. Mm-hmm. I just for sake of conversation.
So if you're not solving it,
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
There it is. So it would be very easy for it to be done, but if they were to do something drastic or something ill-advised, then they would be just like here. They would be facing their own National Guard and their own government armed.
Yes. Yep.
Like here, it's easy to say, and I know we have guns, and I know there's hundreds of millions, and even the worst case scenario, numbers beats. Bigger numbers win no matter what. Just like with migrant populations, numbers win. Gun population, ammunition and guns win when I tell you no matter what, I mean it. No matter what. You cannot win against an armed population. And when I say you can't, I'm telling you, this isn't a warning or a threat. You cannot win. You cannot, no matter what you have as a military, you cannot win against an armed population. You cannot do it.
And the Irish are not armed.
They're not armed, so no matter what, they can't do it. But in order to make fast solutions, even if you are armed, you would be facing your own military.
Now, you and I personally saw this out there, and the funny thing is, well, it's not even funny. The sad part is when we were in Ireland, we were getting shit for having guns.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again by Irish natives.
Yeah, women mostly.
Mostly. But
mostly women, oddly enough.
They're going through such hell.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, if the solution is being armed, they're even giving us shit.
That's the solution's not open for them.
Yeah.
But you don't need guns, though. There are other things that do things, too.
Okay. But
So you don't even need guns, but you just need. I don't even want to tell people what.
no,
they
no,
need.
it's because it seems like we're suggesting.
Yeah,
They're
it's
not
just
at all.
I don't want this to come off bad.
Yeah. Either way, Irish, they're really going through it.
The Irish are going through it, and the situation that we described, of course, is the best way to describe the situation. And it really is like that in the media. That's how they're playing it. Of course, they're going to make any sort of resistance to even rape, they're going to turn it into a hate crime. And that's how they're going to spin it. All the women are in charge, so they got handbags on while they're clapping for themselves.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Let's showcase some unbelievably funny clips.
We
Well,
need to
not funny,
clear
but
the
just
air.
like talented.
Yeah.
We need some showcase.
We got to clear the air after this Irish, the Irish problem.
The Irish are going through that, but these clips just show us that there can be some.
There was or can still be some artistry in the world when we see things like this. I wish I could tell you what it was and who made it, but I'd have to look at the caption.
But it is pretty wild to see.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Stop motion.
Yeah, it's really good, and there's probably sound to this, but it's really, oh man, the Japanese have. The Japanese are really the greatest filmmakers. They really are. Their sensibilities and what their honor codes, how that translates cinematically is I just love it so much. And that's maybe not the best example, but you know what I mean. They're cultural differences.
Did you ever get a kick out of like Rudolph and all that crap back in the day?
I like the stop motion stuff. I didn't like the animation stuff.
Yep.
It seemed kind of queerish, but the stop motion stuff was always very, very nice.
Yeah.
And that's like Kris Kringle and Rudolph.
Yes.
And there had to have been at least one or two more.
Yeah, this
because
like-
Frosty was animated.
Yeah, this is like a year without Santa Claus
Yeah.
and those things. They're all stop motion. But I always thought those were kind of good. And I like, even as a kid, I would look at that and realize how much work it would take to make it.
Yeah.
Which is
The
Kinda cool.
thing that's interesting about those, as far as my memory serves me, and I, at least with Frosty the Snowman, I have to only use that as an example, but I assume it's the same example for the rest, but I can't swear to it because I don't remember. And all of Frosty the Snowman, what kind of movie is it?
it's just about,
Or like what genre?
I don't know.
It's like a seasonal movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
what-
It's Christmas.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Now the thing about Christmas, what's Christmas celebrating? What's Christmas based on? It's baked into the word.
Yeah, it's Christ.
Yeah, it's Christ.
Yeah.
And
But
and Christ isn't mentioned once in any production.
no, not in any of the productions. No.
At least as far as my memory serves me, Frosty, and I could even be wrong on that too.
I don't think it has anything to do with. No, it has nothing to do with it.
It's not religious at all.
No.
It's only about presents
I'm just trying to think of.
and candy and
There's got to be something with
monsters.
You know, like there's obviously songs with "Away in a Manger" and all the bullshit. But
Okay, yeah, there's the songs.
The
And then they
songs.
made movies about Christmas, and then there were songs about snowflakes. Irving Berlin did that with all those. And I like Holiday Inn. It's called Holiday Inn. It's a Christmas movie. Well, it's an all-seasonal movie.
Yeah.
The Abraham Lincoln's birthday is what the movie is mostly known for. But it is a very, very funny movie. Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire, the most funny shit. But there's a lot of nasty, nasty messaging in it.
Yeah.
But even the Christmas songs that you know, Jingle Bells and all this shit, even that's all queered out. It has nothing to do with Christ. And I'm not here to sit there and say every song has to do with Jesus. No, I'm not.
no,
I'm
but
not
it,
God.
but it's like the age-old thing how people say Xmas, like they put an X on Christ out of it. And yeah, I mean I understand. what you're saying.
I can't. I just have to say that if we're talking about those movies.
Yeah. But that's stop motion. This is another classic
It's
scene.
another beautiful scene right here. See, Americans also have a good specialty. They can make things look like it's from the 70s, from the 90s. This is American filmmaking, and it might not even be American.
Oh my God. But that's a pretty classic one.
No, like,
He didn't leave a split second.
no, he really didn't. I thought he was robbing her at first, but it's probably some alien or cyborg thing. But this was interesting. I just like the way it looked like when it's just him. It looked like Gene Hackman should be coming around the corner, or Roy Scheider. You know,
I like the train going by and it like rattling the lights. Like
Yeah.
if there was no one on the tracks, it's still doing damage to all the lights every
Oh,
time it
yeah.
goes by. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, wear and tear on tracks is an interesting thought. Look at that gun, though.
Yeah. No, I mean, he had her pegged right on the eye.
Yeah, look at the sight. And look, he had only a second to spare.
That's what I mean. He didn't waste. I mean, there was no room for error.
And he not even threw. He just like dropped. He did it right.
He dropped, and I guess he must
What
have
kind
known.
of stunt was that? You seeing this stunt?
He must have known the depth of his ass from his,
Yeah, he's got a tall ass.
Yeah.
He's long bottom.
Yeah, I mean, he must have known that he wasn't going to get yoked.
It's a good thing he put his arms in.
Watch the light.
Oh,
see the light?
Yeah, it's a rattle.
Every time the thing goes by, I don't know.
Every day, every
single
every
day, the
night.
thing, it's still working.
I like
Anyway,
that.
so those
That'll
were,
clear the air.
I think those are the two, right?
I think those were the bangers we wanted to get to. Yeah, because I don't feel like talking about the judge. I'll leave that. It's an American saga, but
Yeah.
we had to weigh in with the Irish, and this is, I mean, even the Swedish are having to deal with legalities such as a rape wasn't too long, so we're not deporting the rapist.
That was interesting. You mentioned that to me,
yeah.
and that just seems odd.
And I understand it. If sex is to be called sex, and you're not just a gay man, you got to make it last long enough for it to be called sex. So I maybe even agree.
There is, yeah, no,
In a jokey
understand.
way.
I know what you mean, but I'm just saying, I think sex does have a time frame.
I think if sex is too fast, you're gay.
Yeah,
And
you probably can't even fuck good.
yeah, you can't fuck. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why that can be happening to a man in our society these days.
But it's like if you're underperforming at work, you're not really working.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
it's the same thing. So if you're not,
It's the
if
same
you're
under
kinda-
the sheets.
Yeah, if you're underperforming or you're going too quick.
It's the same when you're committing crimes too, sex crimes.
Oh yeah.
The same
So rape, you could say.
the same criteria are imposed on that as well. So if the sex wasn't long enough to be sex, how could it have been rape?
Or how could it even been sex?
If it was rape and it was rape, but if it wasn't sex, how could it? Yeah, just
It's not sex. It's not rape if it's not long enough.
if it's not long enough, it couldn't be rape because it's not even sex.
So I mean, you're in the clear if you can keep it under. But what is the time frame?
And that's interesting. Now, who gets to time that out? But now, isn't that interesting? A native facing that in the courtroom. See, we've all seen the nightmare of whatever the Kafka thing. What's the courtroom frickin' one when he's in the court and they won't even tell him what he's guilty of. Oh my God, I'm so done now. I'm so done.
So a
rough.
guy's facing sentencing. He doesn't even know what he did.
Yeah. It's a sort of a communist communist end game, but it's the same thing here. You have you could call it a kangaroo court, but it's a court to where the absurdity. You see the blatant absurdity of a woman who got raped and got her soul damaged and her life absolutely derailed and destroyed by a sex act.
Yes.
By force. You see the sexual and the spiritual damage that it does is incalculable to a young woman.
Yep.
It's you can't even put it into words. And you see the courts now defining it not being it's sex because it's not long enough. You see the absurdity is the same absurdity you'd be faced with in a Kafka-esque court to where they don't even tell you what you're guilty of, but you're still on trial for it.
They're all in the same league now.
It's the same, if I'm going to use these words, the same communist end game is an impenetrable court to where a native can't not even make a difference and make things better. They can't even get justice for themselves if that's barred from them.
Yep.
And you know the feeling. You know what it is. The biggest pain in this life, in this world, is to see no justice.
Yeah,
it's the
that's
only
right.
pain
That's
in this
it.
life.
And you're going to the court for exactly that, and you're not getting any
And
of
you're
it.
not even not getting it. You're getting ridiculed.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you're a
That's
headline.
ridicule.
Now you're a headline.
You're getting
Laughed
mocked.
at.
You're getting religiously mocked by the courts. So it's the judge. It's the court systems and the judges that are culpable of course, they receive these marching orders. They're groomed in Ivy League schools to be put in these. Of course, it's a whole gigantic machine.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're going to blame the victim for being too sexy at some point. Can you imagine? That's why we fought the Nazis?
Don't be so sexy, everybody.
But yeah, I didn't mean to shit the place up with that.
Oh,
but,
no, it's okay.
I mean, but these...
You got to know.
The biggest problem in this world is that there is no justice. And without justice, there can be no peace. And I don't mean to say no justice, no peace. That's a sort of a commie thing. I don't mean to say it like that, but it's the truth.
I mean, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, this is justice.
Yeah. So here we are,
Jeez.
the justice guys.
I'm just a communist at heart, I think. Well, unbelievable.
Till next week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Patreon, guys. Thank you.
Found yourself at the Foundry. It's on sale right now.
Go get it.
The new Palace gear. Get it.